Hey guys, it's NCS Fan 001 here for another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. Today's date is Monday, October 10th, 2022. So this will have covered the week of October 3rd through the 9th of 2022. So not a ton of overall numbers progress this week, but I'm very happy with everything that happened this week. And of course, we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But before we go any further, I would like to bring up that Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed has released its DLC, which is that challenge accepted DLC. Now, despite the fact that I bought the special edition of the game and had a code that was supposed to unlock this DLC for free, it didn't give it to me. So if I ever want to play that, I'll have to buy it myself. So I'll probably just put it on my wish list and wait for it to drop in price, because that's really, really stupid. Because, I bought the special edition of the game. I should have been getting this part of it for free. Thankfully, though, it contains no trophies, so it doesn't give any reason to have to go back and play the game anymore. I would still not recommend playing it unless they've worked out all of the bugs and the crashing issues that came with the original when it first released. But just want to make everyone aware of that real quick. So, let's go ahead and look at the trophy list. I don't think I earned anything in Black Ops 3 this week, because I already had the Platinum. That one was earned. What day did I get that? Yep, so that's been earned. Awakening. Did I get a trophy in there this past, let's see, 2017? No, that was the week before. Never mind. And then Eclipse, I know I didn't get anything in that, or in those two DLCs. I didn't get anything in Chronicles, did I? I have been attempting the Verrupt trophy a few times. I've gotten fairly close once. I just can't seem to stay alive for enough rounds to be able to get it, because it usually spawns me on the wrong side of the asylum, so I can't get the power-ups I need. Because you need to have Jug, you need to have the Wonder Fizz machine for Deadshot, and I just keep having a lot of trouble with it for some reason. I don't know why. But otherwise, all I'm missing is Origins and Moon. So eventually I will get that DLC done. It's really more of the other ones that I'm concerned about. It's just trying to get the group to actually enough of us to be online together at once to actually play it. So as for trophies this week that I actually earned, I worked on two games in particular. The first is Life is Strange True Colors. So this is of course a very quick and easy well, not as much quick, but a very, very easy platinum trophy, as all you have to do is complete the game's 5 chapters and find all the collectibles, as well as do 4 side objectives. So it looks like I had already done episode or chapter 1 previous week. So with this one, as you can see, you have to find 5 memories. These are basically collectibles. You can follow PowerPix's guide, and I'm sure other people out there have made them, but basically you have to go up to them and interact with them in that emotional state that she goes into. So just interact with the 5 and you'll get those first 5 trophies. You'll also get a trophy in each chapter for finding all of the collectibles within it. So there's 5 collectibles per chapter, plus of course complete your chapter itself. Then when you get to episode 2 or chapter 2, I'm probably going to use those interchangeably, you have your typical 5 memories once again, but there are also 2 side quests in this chapter. They're very minor little things, and I am actually glad that they did this, because in the previous games, there were always sort of side things that you could do, like you could choose whether or not to interact with certain things around the world, and it just affected like your percentages, like how many people that you know did it versus, or like which option did you pick in it versus the people that you know. So it is kind of nice that they added that in. I definitely like that a lot. In this chapter, you have to help the bird watcher find her bird. So you have to interact with the bird watcher and then walk a little ways away to find the bird. And then right after that, you have to go to the records shop and help the hoodie guy find his dog by just interacting with him, then interacting with the billboard, and then talking to him. It's all in the record shop, so very easy. Then you have episode 3 or chapter 3. This is right at the beginning when you're inside the diner. You have to listen into a student that's studying, and they'll play a certain song. And then you have to talk to both Steph and Ryan, as well as Jed, and they'll tell you where the record is so you can play it. Otherwise, you just have to find your 5 memories for the chapter, and you're done there. Chapter 4, of course, has its 5 memory collectibles and 1 side quest that's at the Spring Festival. And then Chapter 5 actually does not have any side quests. It's just complete the chapter and find the 5 memories. Now, supposedly, this trophy right here is actually like you have to be connected to the online to be able to do it, which is really weird. I don't know why that is, but that's what all the guides have said. So I don't know why that's a thing, but apparently that is a thing. So just be kind of careful with that. So 21.6, I'm just curious, is that the same as the platinum? No? Okay, that's surprising. So overall, it's definitely a very easy platinum as long as you follow a guide for the collectibles. A lot of them are in pretty obvious places in this game as well, which is nice. So they're really not too hard to find, but you definitely just want to have a guide pulled up so you don't miss anything. Though I think there are ways to go back and, continue to to do a chapter select is what I'm getting at. Sorry if I sound kind of discombobulated. I'm still kind of sick, starting to deal with the allergy season. And I mean, I've gotten past, I think, the worst of it, but it's still definitely here and making its presence known with my throat and my nose and all of that good stuff, because it always happens this time of year. But anyway, that's everything for Life is Strange for now. It's an easy platinum. This is also the shortest of the Life is Strange games. You can do this one in like 6 or 7 hours, I think, if you really just skip all the extra stuff. Because most of the chapters are fairly short, so if you do want to speed run through this, you're welcome to do so. I do like this one more than Life is Strange 2, and I also like it more than Before the Storm, but I still gotta say that the original is probably going to be my favorite. I don't know if they're ever going to be able to top it. So the main game we worked on this week is Borderlands 3. Me and Ghost have been working on this one together. So with this game, your first few trophies are for reaching level 50, which is very easy in this game. You'll level up rather quickly this time around. You get a lot of XP for doing like the Circles of Slaughter and stuff. So reaching level 50 is nothing too hard. You don't even have to dip into true Vault Hunter mode to get there. You have to unlock 10 character heads or skins, as well as 10 vehicle parts from hijacking. Both of these are pretty easy. You have to tip Moxie at any point, which is done on Sanctuary. That's one of the first trophies you'll probably get as a miscellaneous trophy. The game does contain 3 multiplayer trophies. You have to win a duel as well as revive another player. The revive is going to come naturally if you are playing, with another person in co-op, so nothing to worry about there. The duel, just, make sure you knock this one out, because, it is technically an online trophy, though. Then again, these two don't really matter because you can just do them with 2 controllers regardless. This one technically does require online connection, as you have to go to that social tab and send something to a friend. It's easy enough, just keep in mind that it is an online trophy that requires an actual online account, and I think it also requires you to have at least one person on your friends list. It doesn't matter if they own the game or not. This one is hilarious because Ghost got it within like the first 3 pulls of a slot machine, and it took me about 20 minutes of constantly playing 2 of them to win a grenade, so that was just a bit insulting. Then the perfect score on the firing range. This one's still annoying. This one still took several tries, but it was much easier in co-op than it was solo. Like, we got this within like probably 10 minutes this time around versus me taking well over an hour on the PS4 version. You have to buy 20 cosmetic items from Earl, which is done using Iridian. That's pretty easy because you get plenty of Iridian throughout the game this time around. Just don't waste it too much on like the Iridian gun that fires out other guns. The Iridian Slabs is one of the trophies that auto-popped when I uploaded my save and downloaded it onto the PS5 version, as did all of the location trophies. I highly recommend doing that, because the locations and the Iridian Slabs are not only very obnoxious to get all of them, but they can be quite buggy, especially on like the PS4 version. I don't know if they're still broken on the PS5 version. So just do be a little bit, careful with those, knowing that they can glitch out on you, and uploading your save from the PS4 version is definitely recommended if you did the PS4 version, that is. Though the weird thing about this game is that if you upload the PS4 version, it'll auto-pop those few trophies, but then that save file is never able to obtain any other trophies. At least it wasn't for either of us, which is really, really weird. So then you have to complete all the Circles of Slaughter. The first 2 aren't really that bad in co-op. The last one with Malawon is still annoying, but if you have some good weapons, because Ghost has some kind of shotgun that's insanely overpowered. It's apparently like one of the best weapons in the game. Plus we each have had a diamond key, or actually we've had a couple of diamond keys each, and we've been able to get a few really good things from the diamond key area, because that one gives you like 3 legendary items: a grenade, a weapon, and a shield. that are really, really high level. So it hasn't been as bad as it could be. The game is easier now than it was when it first released. I can definitely say that that's a fact. Then you have to complete all the side missions, and I will say that several of these trophies were actually glitched for me, but in a good way. And I don't know if anyone else has run into this issue where some of these trophies, like the trackers, I guess they got off early on and they stayed inaccurate to the point at which the side missions one unlocked for me when he was still at like 80 to 90%. The Iridium Proving Grounds unlocked for me after 5 instead of 6. And the Hammerlock and Zero ones unlocked at like 2/3 of the way through instead of the full way through. So I don't know what was up with these 4 trophies. Well, technically 5, because I think this one popped a mission early as well. So I don't know if it was just the trophy trackers being wrong or what, but that was a weird scenario. I guess it's just another one of those examples of whenever PlayStation has had any sort of trophy trackers in its games, it's more likely to have problems. But I just don't know why it did that. That was really, really weird. So somehow the things just screwed up somewhere. I mean, we did everything legitimately. We finished all the proving grounds. We finished all the side quests. We killed all the targets. It just popped early for me for some reason. And I think he had something like that happen on the PS4 with at least a couple of trophies where they popped early for him. So I guess it's just a known thing, but it definitely didn't happen to me on the PS4 version. Then you have to kill an enemy with an exploding barrel, which is very easy. Knife an enemy with a gun blade is very easy. 2 enemies with a single sticky grenade. This was my final trophy. I saved it for last because it was a fairly easy one to do at the last trophy. The purple rarity gear is pretty easy because you'll get plenty of good gear later on in the game. The loyalty packages are not too difficult, but they do take some time because you have to get 100 kills with each type of weapon, and some of them are definitely not as good as others. Then you have to complete all of the story missions in the game, which is nothing really to worry about. It's not an overly long game if you're playing in co-op. It's definitely shorter that way. You also have to down yourself by a grenade or explosion. I was trying to save this trophy for last because I think it would have been a bit of an accomplishment to get through the whole game without killing yourself with a grenade or explosive, but unfortunately it was not meant to be as I went down toward the end of the main story. So like on the next to last day that we were actually working on everything before we got the platinum, I got this trophy unfortunately, so came pretty close. And then the golden keys are very easy. You can find shift codes out there online, even though they're only going to be valid for a certain amount of time at any given point. Nothing too difficult there, though. And then obtain all the vault rewards. This one is a story-related trophy. So as for the DLC, Mad Moxie is going to be the first one that we work on. So this one's a little bit annoying because of that wandering debt collector being 100% luck-based, but everything else is fairly easy. Guns, Love, and Tentacles is one of the longer ones, I think, in terms of everything you have to do, because you have to do all the crew challenges, side missions, and there's quite a few. Plus, you have to watch Death Trap get 100 kills, I think is this trophy, or 50 kills. So that one, yeah, that one's going to be a little bit more annoying, but everything else isn't. It's not terrible, it just definitely takes some time. And then this trophy, this one was really nice. We were able to do it early because Ghost had the fish decoration that he was able to put up in his room on Sanctuary and just spam it 25 times, and it unlocked it for both of us, which was really nice. Bounty of Blood is the Wild West DLC. This one's not terribly long compared to some of the others. Psycho Krieg is the shortest of the original 4, and arguably the best one, or at least the second best one, because I think every single trophy or the first like 5 are story, and then 2 miscellaneous ones, but there's not a whole lot of extra stuff to do in that DLC. As for Designer's Cut, this is that arms race mode, which, again, I don't mind this mode. You just have to win a round of it, which I did on, like, my second attempt or something. It was pretty easy. You just have to get a couple of decent weapons, and this was even being done solo. You just have to get a couple of decent weapons and then go fight the boss. It's nothing really too hard as long as you have a somewhat decent gear setup. Explore the entire complex is a little bit annoying because there's 20 locations, but this trophy seems to be glitched for a lot of people, including both of us in a good way, and then it popped around 15 locations explored, which was nice. Now, if only this trophy would also pop early, because this one's really, really grindy. It's not difficult, you just pick up the first few pieces of gear that you find and then drop them off at the first gear deposit location. and just do that, 30 to 35 times and you should be good to go. It just takes time. It's nothing overly difficult. It's just time consuming. And then finally, Director's Cut, the Ava DLC. The murder mysteries aren't really that bad. We got through them very quickly, and then the raid boss is really not that much to worry about if you have good gear, because we both have pretty strong shields, and he's got some kind of shotgun that he found that it's one of the really rare spawn ones, but it's apparently stupidly overpowered, and I think he said it's considered one of the top 3 best guns in the game. So we were able to beat the raid boss on our first try, only going down a couple of times, so it really wasn't anything to worry about. Definitely, again, easier than I remember it being, but we might also be a little bit more higher level this time around. I don't know. Better gear, whatever it was. And then the 50 Mysterious Iridium Piles is pretty easy, because it actually counts toward both players when someone breaks it if they're in the lobby together. So there's a really easy place to farm this, and you can knock it out in 10 minutes. So yeah, that's it for Borderlands 3 for now. This coming week, we're going to be hopefully finishing off Mad Moxie, Hammerlock, and Wild Wild West, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully we can knock out at least 2, if not all 3 of those this week, and I should be able to knock out what's left of Arms Race as well, to where probably the week after we'll be able to knock out Psycho Krieg in a night or 2, and then we will be done with Borderlands 3, and I'll have most of the Borderlands stacks done, which will be pretty awesome. So let's go ahead and sync up our trophies. So with that, level 798, 21%, 24,235 total trophies, 651 platinums, 4,123 golds, 6,455 silvers, 13,006 bronzes. Plans for the upcoming week. Still the same plans I already had for October. We're going to continue to work on Black Ops 3 whenever the people are online to work on it, so hopefully I can start to make a little bit of progress. Along with that, Uncharted 3, if I end up having time to knock out those last few random DLC trophies. Borderlands 3, still just need to knock out DLCs 1 through 5, but that'll be it, and then we'll be done with it. And then, of course, Life is Strange 3, which I can knock out pretty quickly, probably on whatever night that maybe we aren't playing or something. We'll figure that out. November, GTA 5 and The Division. So there it is for your bingo card once again. December, The Division 2 and Dead Island Riptide. If I decide to do The Division 2, Dead Island Riptide will be done at some point though. Then jumping into January, we do Conan Exiles and Outer Worlds. And then in February and beyond of 2023, COD Classic and Shadow of the Colossus, as well as other random games that still need to be started someday. Now, I will say this week was really, really fun because, Friday night was insane because I set a new world record for the fastest time to 100 platinums. Did it in just under 4 hours. I highly recommend going and checking out that stream. I had a lot of fun with that. I knocked it out a lot faster than expected, and it was great. There were so many views in that stream. You guys were very active the whole time. You kept me sane while basically playing 80 press X to win type of games. Actually, it might have been even more than that. But it definitely shows just how far trophy hunting has fallen in the last couple of years, and it's very sad to see that it's going to probably keep going in that direction. But I ask you guys out there, anyone who might have any tiny bit of connection at all with Sony, or anyone that can maybe do something about this broken system, please share that stream with anyone that you can and reach out to others and just try to raise some awareness as to just how broken the trophy system has become, and see if maybe there's some very slight chance we get some kind of fix to it someday. I'm not hopeful, but honestly, it's probably worth trying at least. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. Video schedule should be pretty normal this week, but me and Ghost will be playing online a lot, so I won't be streaming during the week. I don't know if I was really going to plan to anyway. But then Friday should be a typical live stream of something. I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I haven't decided. Maybe I go off and finish Silent Hill 2, or at least keep playing Silent Hill 2. That might be kind of fun, because it is spoopy season, so we got to play some spoopy games. Got to play Spectre Woods and that shit kind of stuff at some point. And of course, Platinum 666, I'll be probably getting started on that fairly soon, because it'll take like 20 hours once we knock out these couple of games. So yep, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys back here for the next video.